Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else watching, that's a nod to the report of the week. If you want to listen to a fast food reviewer, you want to listen to the report of the week. But this is not the report of the week. This is Driving Perilously, a show in which we turn on the radio.
We need to turn back to you.
And talk about what it is that's going on. What it is that's going on is it is a rainy, cloudy day in the sunny South Florida. It's not sunny at the moment, which is awesome because we have turned the corner into summer weather. Even though it is May. You know that 4-season framework paradigm, that 4-season idea? Yeah, we don't have that here in sunny South Florida. We have summer weather, and it is about to come on us like a humid Louisiana blanket of heat. But not today. We've got this refreshing rain and this nice cloudy weather instead of oppressive sunshine. If you're in that 4-season paradigm, you might not even think of sunshine as ever being oppressive, but boy, let me tell ya, it certainly can be, but not today. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Boy, I didn't hate it, but I used to get sick of that saying because we said it every day with the little 4-year-olds, and it certainly has validity. You've got Carpe Diem, seize the day. You've got wherever you are, be there. We've got all these sayings to remind us to enjoy the present, because the present is a gift. The present is all we have. We're not promised tomorrow. But of course, the present isn't all we have. We have our memories. But as they say on Legends 100.3, the Great American Songbook, WLML, I can't think of it. And they say on the Great American Songbook, don't let yesterday take up too much of today. They say that yesterday and today and the future are where we don't live, right? We live in the present. And if you're thinking about the past with regret, that's depression. And if you're thinking about the future with anxiety, with fear, that's anxiety. And if we stay in the present, we're not depressed or anxious. And we can live in the moment. YOLO. I don't know about YOLO. I think a lot of the people that believe in YOLO believe in reincarnation. There's this real problem we have of saying the opposite of what we mean. It's a real problem. Taking the choices away from a being before it can ever make a choice is not pro-choice. The Inflation Reduction Act increased inflation. The example here, where I'm headed right now, is people who like animals, and everybody likes animals, right? But the weaponized demographic of people that like animals won't kill the deer that are imbalancing the habitat ecosystem, right? They don't want us to hunt the bears that are, changing the ecosystem. They don't want us to trap the raccoons or kill the iguanas that are invading, Anyway, the example I'm talking about is the greyhounds. I'm headed to a place right next to the greyhound racing, and the greyhound racers loved to race. And the animal lovers came along and made them stop it. So the dogs, whose joy and work and significance and love and place in life was to race, can't race anymore because the people that love animals made them stop. So I don't know why, but in our society today we have this real opposite thing. Like, I remember I was talking a little heatedly with someone, and they knew that as a Christian, I believed in original sin, and you can't even say the doctrine of original sin anymore. It doesn't even fit in with our society. People don't even know what it is. It's incomprehensible. So we were not talking about that term, but she knows that deep down that's what Christianity preaches. And so she got a little heated, and she's like, I believe that people are good because when I had a business, nobody wanted to pay tax, but people want to do the right thing and follow the law, which is exactly the opposite of her point. But people use whatever they see to fill in the gaps and explain what it is that they already believe, regardless of whether that thing supports their conclusion or not. And we're all doing that right now. It's really weird. There's a lack of critical thinking. My truth is 2 + 2 is 5. Well, that's not a truth. Anyway, that's my rant for today. Well, I don't know, we're only at 7 minutes. Let's do 2 more minutes. So my rant of the day is that we, myself included, we say what we don't mean, which is ridiculous. And we do what we say we're not going to do. And we don't do the things we said we're going to do. And the moment that made me realize that is when I was using hyperbole, and the person I was talking to thought I was speaking literally. And I realized I had said something that is untrue. If you didn't know, it was hyperbole. So, or, for the people who don't know that word because we've reduced our vocabulary, exaggerating to make a point. It's very, very, very common to exaggerate to make a point, and it's called hyperbole, and people do it all the time. Of course, people don't do it all the time, right? How can you do it all the time? Sometimes you sleep, sometimes you're not talking, sometimes you're not using hyperbole. But we say, oh, I do it all the time, to mean it happens very often, right? It's just a technique that is used, and there's many, 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 many techniques, and we have to understand what the other person is talking about, because what they mean isn't always what they say. Do they mean what they say, or do they mean what they mean? Well, we mean what we mean, and we just need to be a little more cognizant, a little more critical thinking, and not think that being critical is being mean, because we just need to improve our communication skills, because we all have become like television. Surface, but polished. And we just need to start thinking a little more clearly, critically, and like people used to think and talk before television. We're all so conditioned by that. And of course, it's not television anymore. It's the tiny little videos like this one, shorter ones, that have come out of the changes that television made in us. So, I was influenced more by television than the people who are younger, who are influenced more by these short videos. And we've got to understand that there are pluses and minuses of watching short videos. And one of the minuses is that everything's got to be exaggerated for us to even hear it. And that's another example of hyperbole. But you know what I mean if you're paying attention and you've heard what I've said. And without hyperbole, people don't even pay attention. So anyway, that's my rant for today. We're at 10 minutes. Most videos should be about 9.5 minutes. So I've gone a little bit over on Driving Perilously, a show in which we turn on the radio and talk about what it is that's going on. And what it is that's going on is, have a good day.